got dreams and you know they matter. Be your own boss, climb your own ladder. That moment's getting closer by the day. And you're in the same boat with a lot of your friends, launching ideas you all believe in. The tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll your way.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mike Ruby of New Jobs America, and welcome to the Be My Own Boss podcast. We try to do this every week. Our regular partner, Steve Johnson of Rideshare Rodeo, is away this week. He and I will be back next week with a follow-on segment to this episode. Today, what I want to do is talk with you about what engulfs us right now as independent contractors. It's the election fog, and we have to burn through it in order to be effective and make sure that federal and state law allows us to continue to be independent contractors. If you've been following us for any of the previous 15 or so episodes, you know that there are a number of direct threats, people and organizations and institutions who are working hard to end your career as an independent contractor, force you to be an employee of somebody somewhere, become a subordinate, probably join a union by force, not have the freedom to schedule your time, not have the freedom to set the price for your work, not be able to manage your schedule, and really basically to take away your income, your lifestyle, your work-life balance, and the value of your business from you. So we're defending independent contracting, defending self-employment, and welcome to the discussion today. So in the last couple of months, I would say we have had political events that have started to create a fog, and they are scheduled along with the election schedule. For 2 years, independent contractors have been winning the public relations battle. We've pushed back against the PRO Act and numerous restraints in federal legislation, and that effort has been successful. A couple of states, 8 of them to be particular, have shown the future of where our opponents want to take us with very difficult laws. Most of them are blue states. So we've been successful, but now we're being covered up by other people's messages. The political conventions that for the 2 major parties, nobody really mentioned independent contracting at all. Nobody placed a value on it. The 2 candidates, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has paused his campaign and thrown his support to President Trump. And that news has swamped everybody, produced more fog. Meanwhile, the media has generated, everybody wants to run the public discussion. The media, candidates themselves, the major political parties, all branches of state and federal government, the unions, leftist voters, and of course the trolls. Everybody wants to set the agenda, hog the spotlight, and independent contractors need to step up or we're going to be stepped on. So what is our big advantage in all of this? We have 2 big advantages. The first one is that the public, all of it, loves the idea of working for yourself. They just love it. A lot of them will say, well, I don't think I'd ever do that. Or I tried that once before and it wasn't for me. But actually, they love the idea. Many of them know kind of in the back of their head that come the right circumstances, the right time in their life, they will work as an independent contractor. They will work on their own schedule, be their own boss, have a small business. And of course, that's what we're doing, all 73 million of us. And that's our second major strength, is that there are so many people doing independent contracting, either full-time or part-time, or moonlighting, or sometimes. So the affection the public has for working for yourself really cannot be underestimated. And keep that in mind every time you talk with someone. I work for myself, I'm self-employed, and people will like you for it and want to know more and want to help you in this battle. So we start on a very positive note. Another asset is that all independent contractors share one thing in common. No matter what occupation, no matter what age or demographic or income or work style, all independent contractors share the thought of, I want to be my own boss. They have excellent reasons for it. They've thought this through. They have set aside at least part of their time for working for themselves, where they undertake the risk of finding the work and making sure that it stays profitable, and doing it and being there when they're needed, and having customers and serving customers and requiring inputs and outputs. They take the responsibility to be their own boss very seriously. And that's what we want to express. The reasons for that are the main reasons that you need to bring forward. We have recorded, individuals have recorded 31 different videos with us. We've promoted them in 47 different formats, and those are all available in an archive. So if you're thinking about doing this, let me just show you the link of what these people have already said. It's at rumble.com/user/VentureMike1. That's my personal account. I will be moving these over to a second location in the Be My Own Boss podcast, where you may have been before. But that's the site that we use to invite people to upload a video statement. That video statement becomes a separate thing. It becomes your salesman for your choice of work style. And that salesman can work when you're doing something else, and other people can use it with you. We're going to be the first to do that. And it's really important. It also structures in your mind what it is that's important to you. So it helps clarify and energize you and increase your pride in what you do, because you've said it aloud. And there's a huge benefit to going through this very simple process of recording a 30 to 60 second video. Very short. I think you'll get a kick out of some. Some will impress you. Some may not be your taste, but some of them are funny, and all of them are very personal looks at what the individual, how the individual is making his or her decision. So the idea is to express the thought that I want to be my own boss, and I've chosen this, and that's my preference. So be thinking about what we're asking you to do is to create a video, just like you'd send to your friends or family, just a short one, and then have that project your vision of you accepting responsibility, because you already have responsibilities, and that you want to be my own boss, and it's my choice. And that's what, it's so American. It is so free enterprise. The free market is that I do it because I have a reason, and this is how I will conduct my life best. So what we're looking to do is offer you this platform as a way to express that and move up a level in your political effectiveness. When you make your comment, here's the upload site again. When you record your thoughts, try to stay positive. Don't complain about anything. There's plenty to complain about. That's all everybody hears is complaints. But talk about what makes you happy about your work, why you like it, and why you like to work this way. And let me tell you that our opponents, primarily in the unions, but the Democratic left and many people in government, they can't be positive. They just can't. They can't have good morale. Their whole business model depends on griping, complaining, unearthing conflict, unearthing dissatisfaction, finding things wrong. Whereas you're happy in your work. You like doing it. Sure, there are a couple things that maybe you could improve. Everybody has those, but focus on the good stuff that makes you come to work every day and be really excited about it. That's what's good. And if you tell the truth, once you tell the truth, you never have to remember what you said. Those are two things that our opponents cannot do. They want to, because if they told you that they wanted to take away your business, if they told you that they want everybody in this country in a union and working for a giant corporation and to have no power and to have no home and to have no income satisfactory, have no control over their family and kids and their home, if they told you that, no one would vote for them, not a single vote. So tell the truth, be positive, and that's adequate. And then be short, because nobody wants to listen to a really long personal story. Anyway, okay. Some people say, well, I just have a little voice. I'm just me. Well, let me tell you, little voices cut through the fog of all this other stuff like nothing else. Nothing is better than a personal statement. You know yourself. A personal statement you'll believe that before you believe almost anything else. It's like, hey, I know her. I have friends just like that, in that same predicament. So that's where we want you to be. So accept that you have a little voice. I have a little voice. So I'm no big shot, but I can see the way through it. And I'm sharing that way with you. Use your little voice and spread it. The video will help. Avoid separating into occupations and helping your occupation seek an advantage over the others. That was a big damage in California, where there's the bill called AB5 pitted the occupations against each other. You had to bid for legislative time. You had to write big checks. All the biggest organizations with the biggest lobbying clout and the most money, they all got exempted. Everybody else was left to basically decide to stay in the state or change your occupation. So it creates an absolutely obnoxious mess. And we can avoid that if we work ahead of when the hammer comes down in the legislature. Luckily, they're not legislating much federally right now because they're trying to get reelected. You can be a part of that thinking. And then, most important, you want to work with, talk with like-minded family, friends, customers, neighbors, others, associates. You want to recruit a couple others. If each of us did this, we would literally be at the doorstep of victory. Recruit a couple of others to record their videos as well. Remember, there are 73 million of us. They couldn't listen to them all. We don't need 73 million. We don't even need 1 million. These things have great power, and they're very attractive to people. We've got to get out there and get them going. And the places to start are with those who think like you. Don't try to take anyone who thinks it's great to, communism's going to take over. This is just going to be wonderful. Don't even bother. Talk to people who are also working, who have a family, who have kids to take care of, or taking care of their grandparents or their parents or their someone else's kids. I mean, there are all kinds of things out there that cause people to like to be an independent contractor. So we're going to talk. Steve is excellent. Steve Johnson, my partner in Be My Own Boss podcast, is excellent at using his network. And he and I are going to be back together again next week. We're going to talk much more about how to get your network involved in spreading your message and you in spreading their message. And we'll look forward to that. So what you can do right now is start thinking of your story. If you want to record a first one, you can try it out. If you want to redo it, that would be fine too. Upload it. Tell us your name, your first name, and your zip code and your occupation. We're not going to identify where you're from. We'll just say, as we did, we'll give your first name and either your state or a major city, and we can send anyway. We will then send you the link to your very own online video, and you'll have it. You don't have to do anything more than upload it. So with that, I will love to see any questions you have. Please put them in the comments below, and we will try our best to respond to them. We will deal with them in future episodes. And I want to thank you all very much. And we'll see you and hope we can all continue to be our own bosses. Thank you very much. This is Mike Ruby signing off.
Well, you got dreams and you know they matter. Be your own boss, climb your own ladder. That moment's getting closer by the day. And you're in the same boat with a lot of your friends, launching ideas you all believe in. The tide's gonna turn and it's all gonna roll your way.